Okay, we are recording and we are live. Hello, hello. Oh, it's so good to see so many of you guys. Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna start with wholesale, like what y'all ordered. So make sure you private message me on the chat here in Zoom. We want to know how much you ordered, right? Some of you that could include inventory. Some of that includes like you sold stuff. It's what you ordered, not what you sold. What you ordered, but what you placed in wholesale to the company. And let me know, for those of you, I mean, you're all divas, right? But there is a special prize for those of you who were diva and added a team member. So go ahead and include that in here too. Like, hey, I ordered 600 wholesale and I added 5 team members, or hey, I'm a triple diva and I recruited 25 people this month. Like, let us know. Like, because that's normal. We're making that the new normal, by the way. Okay. And so just go ahead, you can private chat that up. And so, Jane, did we decide that you're going first or I'm going first? I forget where we left our boxer. I'm prepared to go first if
you are going first.
Okay,
absolutely.
good. So like I'm having major baby brain today. No excuse, he's 9 months. So we have some amazing stuff to talk to you about today. And of course, let's just give a shout out to our brand new assistant director, Rachel Cooney. And Rachel's gonna be teaching with y'all tonight too. So we're gonna ask you a ton of questions. Rachel, get ready. Rachel's gonna wrap it up with us tonight, okay? And we're gonna leave some time at the end because whether you want to ask questions to Jane and I know you all have a burning question for Rachel. Okay, yeah. She's crossed over. She's crossed over into the big girl club. And I want you to be thinking of one thing. What do you want to know? What is your burning question? Is it something about business? Is it about the numbers, the planning? Like her story, she has a great little lesson to teach it all tonight. But I want you to think about what's that one thing you really want to know. So, all right, girls, let's go ahead. Message me those wholesales and if you added any recruits this month. And let's get started. So I want to talk to you guys today. It's a new year, right? Fresh.
Hey, hold on, Kim. Hold on for a second, Kim. Everybody, can you guys all mute yourself? There's like a ton of back.
Oh, I can mute everybody.
So
there we go. I will tell you that I'm allowing you guys to unmute yourself when you ask a question. So we all should be muted. Okay. Clean slate, brand new year, right? And so I love that time. For me, I'm like, oh, all right, I get to make new goals and new goal posters. And how many of you feel the same way? Is that any of you like you just love a clean, fresh slate? Okay. So I want to challenge you on your thinking tonight. Okay. I want to challenge you in the sense that I would bet dollars to donuts you don't need to make a new goal. Okay. I would put my money that maybe you need to invest more time, more commitment, more stick-to-itiveness to your goal. And so I want to just expand your thinking about what really is goal setting and what really are we going for. How many of you, when you think about creating a goal, you instantly think about, what can I achieve in that time frame? I'm going to be honest, that used to be me. And so when we goal set, it's not about getting something that's doable or achievable. Okay. In fact, if you talk to like billionaires or entrepreneurs, you would ask them, hey, like how many of your goals have you actually achieved? They're probably actually going to tell you very few, if any at all, because most super successful people don't, like as soon as they realize they're on target, they up the ante and stretch their goal further. Because it's not about accomplishing and getting a win in the sense of check mark, done, I got my goal done. It's the process of when you start to when you finish, all the activity, the growth, the commitment, the person you become, and the people you lead in the process. And so I want you to stretch your minds today, thinking about goal setting in a much different way. And so for those of you who are married or not married, I know we've probably all been in some kind of relationship. I want you to start thinking about your goals like your marriage. Okay. And so if we treated our marriage or like we treat our goals, we probably would be on our 25th divorce by now, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. We are not spending enough time, you know? So when you make a goal, right, I want you to really think this through right now. What does that mean? Are you spending quality time with your goal daily, right? If you want a good marriage, you got to see your spouse. You can't be ships passing in the night. Maybe for periods of time, busy schedules, but you always have to find time together. And so a good marriage does that. Are you married to your goal? Right? Are you being a good spouse to your goal? Like, are you dating your goal? I really want you to think about it like that. One of the podcasts I've been listening to, highly recommend it. I'll post it on my Facebook page so y'all can check it out, but it's The One Thing. And they talk about how just by dating your goal every morning for breakfast, having a breakfast date, that one behavior has changed results for so many of their followers. And they gave the story of this one woman who just by writing her goal every morning, she got coffee, had breakfast, would sit and read her goals and just rewrite it, like on a scrap piece of paper, but just did that every morning for a year. She not only crushed her goal, she had so much growth. She was a real estate agent. She actually ended up becoming $1 million real estate agent. She went from like only selling a few homes a year to finishing in 2 years as $1 million real estate agent, which is a pretty big jump. You know, that's like you coming on as a brand new consultant and finishing not this year, but next year as $1 million director. So, you know, it's about, you know, having it in your mind, focusing on it and reliving it and connecting with it, you know. It's also about modifying behavior, right? It's about figuring out where you want to be, whether it's, you know, a year from now, 5 years from now, whatever your goals are. Right now, the Mary Kay world, we're talking 1 year goals, right? Our new Mary Kay year. So it's seeing what that looks like over here at 2021. And then figuring out what does that look like in December, and what does that mean that I have to do by September, and breaking it down to, okay, what does that mean that I have to do tonight before I go to bed on the 1st of July? Okay. And so these are sometimes the steps that we forget to do. We forget to break it down. We forget to date it and revisit it and spend time with it and live in it daily. Okay. And, you know, I want you to imagine that your goal is like a game of dominoes, right? And, you know, like you've seen those really elaborate designs, right? And all it takes is this one simple, basic little flick to the very first domino, and all these dominoes just continue to fall. So I want you to think big, right? Think big with your goals, but I want you to work small and trust that in your world, the dominoes will fall. It's the daily, almost feels insignificant steps, consistencies, modified behaviors that will take you from where you are sitting today to wherever you want to be the end of June 2021. And goal posters are great, right? You know, writing out and having a plan of action is great. But if we're not sitting with that special goal daily, right, we're not going to modify the behaviors, focus on the daily action to grow that relationship, become that person that lives, breathes, achieves, eats that life that we want. And so the other key thing, you know, because we're talking about spouses, how many of you actually goal set with your spouse or with someone who's important and invested in you in your life? I mean, that's something Jay and I started doing a few years ago, and it has made a tremendous difference. First of all, if you are married and you don't tell your husband or your wife what you're working on, when they see you in your zone and all Hannah breaks loose in home, or, you know, their life is going crazy and they see you leaving again or doing what you got to do, right? Like they don't get it. They don't understand. But if they are invested in you and invested in your goals and know what they are, right? They can help support. They can see whatever's going on, and they see that you're in the zone. They can make sure that this doesn't come in the zone so you can keep going, because they know that whatever you're working on affects you and them and your family. So we're at a really unique time. You know, you get to start fresh, but yet we have some, like, already some stats in our pocket, right? Mary Kay did the amazing May contest. So like no one started with a 0 on their scoreboard today, right? We have a bunch of things that they are extending. If you haven't seen, Jane's going to talk about some of the new exciting things coming our way. But you know, if you didn't see, the $30 starter kit has extended till September, right? You know, there's so many amazing things, guys, that are extended, and you have this cool, unique opportunity that, yes, you can feel that freshness, but you can continue with your momentum so that you are actually going to get ahead faster than you ever thought possible. This is the year to do it. And so tonight, I want to give you some homework, okay? I want you to find some quiet time. And I know as a new mom, that's challenging to do, right? But I want to challenge you to find some quiet time. And whether it's 5 minutes and you're in the closet with the door shut, I've had to do that from time to time, or, you know, it's when the kids are in bed, maybe it's first thing in the morning, but, you know, try to do it tonight. Find that 5 minutes, and I want you to get a blank piece of paper, and I want you just to start writing down all the things that you would love to have happen in your life in the next year. And it doesn't have to be Mary Kay, but definitely put some Mary Kay stuff there. Where do you want to be in this business? Where do you want your family to be financially, spiritually? You know, what does a healthy marriage look like for you and your husband? Or maybe you're dating somebody. What does that look like? You know, maybe you want to have a certain amount of money in the bank. You know, I want you to start dreaming, right? Get it all out there. Fill up a piece of paper, snapshot that, and text that or box that to your director, okay? She's going to help coach you to narrow down that focus. But we got to start dreaming really big, right? Because when you are looking at your goal, truly, most times they all go together. That if you can accomplish and be strong in one area of life, it bleeds over into all these other areas, so that this picture you would love to see your life look like will be happening. Maybe not all at once, but you'll start seeing those dominoes fall, right? And you'll start seeing, like, you're living the life you've designed for yourself. So your mantra is to dream big, but act small, and trust that in your world, the dominoes will fall, leading you to your goals. Okay? So I hope you kind of have a new thought process there about how you can really master not just making a goal, you know, but achieving the growth, sticking to it, working through it, making this your best year ever. All right, so I see you guys have messaged me with your wholesale. I love it. Okay, I want you guys to start messaging me with your retail. Okay, this is how much you sold. And you know what? If you know how many parties, whether they were probably not in person, right? Maybe, depending on where you live. I know we have people from all over the country, but virtual, Facebook, whatever. Like, how many parties did you hold? You know, kind of give us an idea. So how much did you actually sell to your customers? And how many parties and appointments did you hold in the month of June? Go ahead and start messaging me those stats. And we're going to turn it over to the amazing, the award-winning, the Unit Club, the $300,000 Unit Club team, led by the fabulous Jane Kaufman. Hey, girl.
Hi, what up, everybody? I want to see everyone's faces. I don't like it when we don't look at each other on Zoom. I know some of you guys have stuff going on in the background, but I love seeing everybody's faces. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Oh my gosh, that was an awesome training, Kim. So a couple things that I picked up from that is rewriting your goal. Did you guys hear that? Rewriting your goal every single morning. Like, how simple is that? But how many people won't do it? And what do you have to lose by doing it and seeing where you go? And so, and then what, goal setting with your spouse. So really fun. I just want to say congratulations to my life unit. We just broke records and smashed our best month ever by over 8,000 and just completed what we call Unit Club. And so I am so proud of them. I'm so honored to lead you guys. And it's just so fun. But a fun story about it was when the computer started going wonky for sales directors around like midnight. Mike was like, I'm going to go to bed. Well, then like we could see orders coming through, but we couldn't do the math on them. And like the computers being all kinds of wonky. So the man was like, it was funny. I watched him go back in the room. And then 2 minutes later, he's back out and he's like trying to he's logging into my InTouch, trying to figure out things. And usually he's not, like right there or when we're finishing a month, but it's just proof to how the goal is you guys together. I mean, he was up till 2 a.m. like I was and actually is a huge blessing because I was tired at that point and he was my voice of logic as we were wrapping up everything. So, goal setting with your spouse or your significant other, because then they're invested. Like, they want to know. I mean, I just want to encourage you guys. They like men like money. So tell them how much money it's going to bring you. Mike was very excited about what my paycheck is. So tell them how much money, because then it's not so bad when they have to, be with the kids an extra night or something because they see the money coming in, or that you're going to get to take a vacation together. So just some afterthoughts on what Kim was teaching, but that was awesome. So I'm going to teach you guys on the numbers. So once you have, so get quiet, get silent. I honestly have not had 2 minutes to do that yet today. So it's on my list for tonight. But, what do you want in the next year? What do you want in the next 6 months? What do you want in the next 3 months? And what do you want in the next month? Now, if you are new in Mary Kay, your sales director can help you with that. If you're in my unit, I can help you with that, like how to break that down and what that's gonna bring you. But what's gonna keep you going is not like, oh, hey, I want to earn my B every month. What's gonna keep you going is dating your goal and knowing what it's going to bring you. So, and we want to be growing, right? Like, if you're earning your B this month, you should be doing, which is 600 wholesale, you should be doing 700 or 800 wholesale next month. And then, if you're a Sapphire Star this quarter, you should be a Ruby Star next quarter, because we want growth. We absolutely want growth. Okay. So if you guys want to write down some numbers. So did you guys see all the new Ted Baker bags that Mary Kay launched when you are an all-star consultant? So if you are new in Mary Kay, basically when you are a star consultant for all 4 quarters, Mary Kay gives you an extra prize, and it's usually pretty awesome. So I'm not into like purses and fashion, but like when I earn one of these purses, they like last me like a really long time, and it's great. I don't have to spend money on it, and they're good quality stuff. So I think I have a Kate Spade from 2 or 3 years ago, and it's the only, some of you guys are cringing, it's the only bag I use. And it's not falling apart yet. So I will take a free one. Thank you very much. That's high quality. So, oh, thanks, Kim. Thank you. Yeah. So how cute are these? Like, OMG. My gosh. So depending on what level star you are, gets you better and better prizes. Now you get a bonus. You get what they call a booster when you earn your what's not bead jewelry anymore. It's your something sparkle. No. What is it, Kim? Shimmer. What is it, Chrissy?
Spark.
Start a spark, something like that.
Spark.
Okay, yeah. See, they change the theme every year. It's only been, 16 hours, guys. So, so start a spark. And so when you do that every single month, you get a booster, so you get a better and better prize. So how awesome is that? So that is our basis. So earning your Start a Spark or being a diva, whatever we're going to call it, your 600 wholesale in a month is your foundation. Like our Star Consultant program goes back to Mary Kay Ash. like that was a program that she put in place to build a foundation and build consistency. So if you're sitting there, you're like, I have no idea what to run for. Like, I've been in Mary Kay for 3 days. I have no idea. And I mean, I say that jokingly, but I do have 2 new beauty consultants on here who've been in for probably not even a week yet. So, so you're like, I don't know what I should run for. So Star Consultant is the basis and the foundation of your business, because you build customers. Customers are going to lead to team members. People who love the product are going to lead to team members. So if you want to make some kind of grid, or you can just, so your goal is your 600 wholesale. So that means in a month, you are selling 1,200, right? Weekly, so we got to break it down weekly, because it's a lot easier to chew that way, is $300. Very conservatively. I know Kim was teaching on Bizly parties, like the self-posting parties. I'm going to be teaching on that in the next couple days, but very conservatively, you could have 2 of those working for you and you could do that, which is kind of insanity. And so $300 in sales weekly. That means your wholesale every single week is $150, your order to the company. Now, obviously, every time we order from the company, the benefit of having inventory is only having to order once or twice a month. So we're not paying $10.95 shipping every single time. If you've ordered like product orders from the company, not customer delivered service orders, more than like 2, maybe 3 times in a month, you are losing a lot of money, girlfriend. You need to go back and revisit how much product is on your shelf. So, and then daily, so 7 days a week, if you were to sell $50, you sell 2 charcoal masks a day, you will be a Star Consultant. Or you hold 2 of these Bizly parties, these self-posting parties, you'll be a Star Consultant. And you will earn your $600, your Star to Spark, whatever it is. I'm not going to say it's right. I'm just going to say a B because it hurts my brain too much right now. So that goes hand in hand, is Star Consultant. And what are you showing us this time, Kim? Being a star, the prizes. Oh, thank you. Spark a chain. Thank you. Spark a chain. Start with the bang. I don't know what it is. Okay, cool. So that is so if you don't know what to shoot for right now, those are kind of cute. I'm usually not into the jewelry, but those are kind of cute. Right now, you want to make your goal. Now, maybe your goal is to do it by the 15th. So you want to earn your jewelry by the 15th, so then you can double it by the 30th or 31st, depending on the month. Now, Princess Court. Do you guys know what Princess Court is? So that is selling 20,000 retail within the whole year, okay? So it's half of the quarter sales where you earn diamonds. But Princess Court, you do get prizes from us as sales directors, but also from the company and at the Mary Kay National Area. So Princess Court is ordering 833 wholesale a month. So your Star to Spark, chain reaction, whatever it is 600 a month. If you just bump it up a little bit, $50 a week, it's 833 wholesale a month, okay? Now weekly, that would mean you have to sell about $416. Now granted, I'm doing the math on 4 weeks in a month. There's actually 4.5 weeks. So this actually gives you some buffer to like take Sundays off, to take weekends off. There are actually 4.5 weeks in a month. So I did the math on 4 weeks. So this gives you guys somewhat of a buffer. So these are the prizes that the company is when you sell 20,000. Those are really cute too. Man, good thing I wear so much jewelry, but they're really nice. Anybody got their Princess Court? So 20,000. Weekly, you want to sell 415. So maybe that's 1 or 2, spa sessions. Wholesale weekly is 208. So not much more than your 600. And then retail daily is only $9 more. So you want to sell $59 a day. And that actually gets you to be a Ruby Star Consultant. So a step up, better prizes. Okay, last one. Court of Sales is 40,000 retail. So what the customer pays, Court of Sales. And, ooh, those are nice prizes too. Cool. Court of Sales diamond rings. So these are, Kim has pulled up Mary Kay National Area prizes, which is what you guys would get, but you would also get diamonds, which are cool. we like diamonds. I take cash, I'm gonna be honest. So if you're not a diamond girl, I take $500 cash the past couple years. So I only have so many fingers. Some of you guys didn't know that. The $500 cash motivates you a little more. That's always our play money on vacation. So there you go. Oh yeah, those are gorgeous. I have a blue topaz ring that's shaped a little differently, but it's so awesome. It's huge though. It's gorgeous, but it's huge. So cord of sales, okay? So this is 40,000 retail in the year. So that means 20,000 wholesale in the year. It turns into 1,667 wholesale a month. Weekly, you're selling $834 weekly. Your wholesale weekly is 417. And then your retail daily, if you sold $119 daily, you would get the cord of sales. That's like one FaceTime facial a day. I think you could do that on 3 beauty sessions a week if we're being conservative. I think that's super conservative. Don't you? I think that's so conservative. So 3 beauty sessions a week to earn the cord of sales. It is really fun to earn the cord of sales. I do not like walking across stage at all, but it is really cool to have them like announce your name in front of thousands of people and wave, and then go backstage. They scan your badge and they hand you carats of diamonds. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's awesome. So so that is cord of sales. Now, did you guys see that there is a new position? It is an elite team leader. So a team leader, you have 5 active team members. An elite team leader has 8 active team members. And so, you know, how do you get to even, some of you are like, Jane, how do I even get to 1 team member? How do I get to 3? How do I get to 5? How do I get to 8? And so the core, how you get to your team members is by selling the product. Mary Kay Ash said herself, nothing happens until somebody sells something. Your best beauty consultants are the ones who are on a ton of product. Like if I ever decided to not work my Mary Kay business, which I wouldn't, but if I would still be a beauty consultant forever, because I get a 50% discount on like the best products in the world, and I use it for everything. Like it's all of Jace's lotion, it's all of Mike's lotion, it's all of our perfume, cologne, you know, all of our skincare, all of that. So, so you want somebody who loves the product, because then they will never leave you. They will never leave you because they don't want to spend that much money unless they're like a bajillionaire. Like they don't want to spend that much money, so they will never leave you. So as you are doing your Bisley parties, as you're doing your virtual spa sessions, I don't know about you guys, but I hope and pray the world starts opening up, you know, maybe some in-person things or just really, really small groups. Starting with the product and somebody loving the product and loving how their skin feels, those are your next potential team members. And so this is not a training on necessarily how to recruit, but just to give you guys some numbers, because I'm doing the numbers game. People disappoint. Write this down. People disappoint, but numbers never lie. People disappoint, but numbers never lie. Rachel could probably tell you that. People disappoint, numbers never lie. You have all your eggs in one basket. This girl's going to start her business, or this girl's going to hold this party. Half of what we schedule usually cancels or reschedules. So just know that. So if you want to hold 3 beauty sessions a week, you want to book 6. So you're preserving your emotional energy and not thinking Mary Kay doesn't work or whatever. And then the company numbers are 1 out of 5. I'd say we're probably 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 is a little more accurate. We'll go with 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 women will say yes to starting a Mary Kay business. So that means I have to go through 3 or 4 no's before somebody says yes. So people disappoint, numbers never lie. And you also never know. I have 2 of my newest team members on, Lynn and Lexi. They've been my customers for like a really long time. And they are amazing, and I love them so much, and I would have loved to recruit them years ago, and I tried to recruit them years ago, but time wasn't right. So there is fortune in the follow-up, and you never know what's different in somebody's life. So make sure that you are always bold in re-asking. So I'm wondering who's going to be our first elite team leader. That'd be really cool. Who's going to be our first elite team leader? So that means if you have 0 team members today, you want to share the business opportunity with 40 women. Some of you guys know 40 women because you haven't been sharing the business opportunity. You just want all the customers. But do you know that you're holding an awesome opportunity from somebody else, and they can make 50% profit and make a difference for their family, but also the company pays you when they do well. So that's a good thing. And then they have the same opportunity as you do to move up and to make that income. And Mary Kay Ash asked us one thing, and it was to pass it on. She said, nothing happens till somebody sells something. But every time somebody said, oh my gosh, Mary Kay, like, you've changed my life, you've made a difference for me, what she would always say, and I wish I could have met the woman, I have goosebumps now, is pass it on, pass it on. So we're really going to focus on building our core foundation, being a Star to Spark chain, whatever it is, achievers leading to Star Consultant. And you can see if you focus on being a Ruby Star, or you focus on every quarter being an Emerald Star is Court of Sales. Ruby Star is Princess Court, how that will lead you to your next potential team member and build a business that you have both. You have a great customer base, but then you have an awesome team and then you have the choice. You have the option and the choice to move into leadership like Rachel decided to do. So awesome. So Kim, I think I'm going to turn it back to you because we're going to do some Rico, and then you guys get to hear from the most awesome woman. Kim and I are, we're old news. She's awesome. We were voxing last night. She's my new late night voxing buddy. We were just going back and forth, so it was super fun. And we're just so excited to have you, Rachel, as assistant sales director. Like, she has no idea what's coming for her, Kim. She has no idea.
Well, there's no hazing, or is there? No. I mean, no.
I wonder who would lead the hazing. Kim.
What? No.
Eleanor's too nice. So what is the Eleanor?
Oh, okay, Eleanor. Oh, well, you all think Eleanor's nice now, but just you wait.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Truly, leadership is where it's at, guys. And so, yeah, I am just finishing. There's a couple of you I just messaged about giving me a clarification on your numbers. So I'm going to shoot it over to Rachel, and then we'll come back and we'll do some recognition right after Rachel. But guys, this is exciting. Brand new sales director, literally fresh hot off the presses, finished with excellence. And so, are you excited to hear what she has to say, Rachel? We are turning it over to you guys. Give her a round of applause. I'm going to unmute everybody so she can hear the love.
Cooney.
So girl, it is all you. Take it away, girly.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you guys just so very much. Just for all of your love and support. I couldn't have done this without all of you behind me, cheering me on and supporting me, and, never losing faith or just pushing me forward. I have a really incredible team, and they are the ones, I couldn't have done it without them. So for my girls who are on right now, I love you guys so much. And really, there's no I in team. So you guys are all incredible. It's been a really crazy 2 months. I'm shocked that I actually completed DIQ in the 2 month time. I'm still a little I'm not shocked because I have a great team, but I'm still in kind of awe. So Kim was asking me earlier today to just kind of talk about, how it kind of all came together. And, I think that what is so important, and, Kim and Jane both talked about this tonight, is tracking. And I was a terrible tracker. I didn't track anything. I before I started DIQ, I didn't know my numbers, and had I actually tracked, I probably could have gotten into DIQ much earlier if I paid attention. So that is so important, and as soon as I got into DIQ, I tracked everything. I tracked everybody on my team. They're, and on a daily basis, multiple times a day, the DIQ detail was my number one website, most visited website, because I would click on it multiple times a day. And it also gave me courage and to keep going. Yeah, and I called it a scoreboard. I called it my scoreboard, and the great thing was we were always winning. So we were winning constantly. So updating my, not only my own numbers but everybody else's numbers as often as I could, and seeing those changes and tallying down from, okay, we have to hit 13.5 in production. How far do we have to go? And you have to meet the minimum requirements every month. So how much more do we have to go this month to get there? How much more to hit the total? And, I'm telling you, erasing that number and having it drop and drop and drop and drop just was such a rush. It was such a high to just keep going. So yes, tracking is so insanely important. And really what I think that I focused on the most, and is really not about where it was going to put me, but focusing on how it was going to bless other people, meaning Eleanor. I think that my drive and my teammates, my drive really was Eleanor stating last year that she wanted to have offspring. And that was then my goal, to do it for her, and to do it for my girls on my team, because I know that by having them work it and work the business, they're going to be more successful. And, just focusing on how it was going to bless them, and not really focusing on me or what I was going to achieve. And I'm just reading my notes here because I'm all over the place, I know. So I also removed the idea of I can't. That was gone. That, vision boards I have been, and Chrissy Kerrigan has known me since 3rd grade. So she's known me for a long time. And yes, vision boards to me are so insanely important. Having that goal in front of you and just focusing on that. And whenever an idea would pop into my head, and it happens because we're human, of, oh, what if I don't, or what if it doesn't get there? Blocked it out. The reason why I chose the name, the Little Engine Unit, is because of the backstory to the little engine that could. She did not allow any thoughts or any negativity to come into her mind to tell her that she couldn't do it. She just kept repeating, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And, I kind of transferred that, not just to I think I can, but I know we can as a team. And I have some incredible girls, and you know what? We did it. We did. So whenever you have that thought of what if, or I can't, turn it out. Just turn it out. You send that thought back to its terrible place and replace it with a thought of you absolutely can. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Really, anybody can do this. And we did. And, the other thing too was when I was in the mindset of becoming a director, as Kim was stating, being married to that thought, absolutely be married to that goal, be married to it, take the time and the focus on that. The last 2 months, I ate, breathed, slept director. That was it. That was all that I did. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes I would have to tell myself to put my phone down because I was checking to see if anybody maybe put it in order, and that's, well, you need your sleep. So that really needs to be, you need to be committed to that. You need to be committed to your goal. And really, again, the tracking, if you have that goal, here's your goal and here's where you are. What is the track that you have to lay to get to B, to get from A to B, and start at B? And like she said, go backwards and tally it down. Tallying down and seeing how much closer you are is really going to make a huge difference. So I think my takeaways from it are, number one is to tally down, track your numbers, start tracking them right now. Start tracking them right now. Again, I did not do that. I was very bad at that. So start doing it. Also, focus on how it's going to bless others, because that is also a really great way to team build. When you are, a lot of people, and this was me in the beginning, I was very afraid of being pushy, didn't want to be pushy or push this on to anybody. But when I changed my mindset to how much this has blessed me and how much I want it to bless them, it's not about me getting this person on my team. I need to get this person on it's about what it can do for them. And that will also take away that feeling of being pushy, because you're offering them a really great opportunity. So you have to think about it that way, and you're not asking them to do you a favor. You're laying it out there and letting them make that choice. So, absolutely just tracking, focus on, how this opportunity can bless other women, and staying positive no matter what. And also just being committed to your goal and not stopping until you hit the top of that hill. I know you can. I know you can. Again, if I could do it, anybody can. So that's kind of my little spiel. So thank you all again for just for all your love and support. And I'm super excited.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That was filled with a lot of golden nuggets, a lot of great information. We're purposely ending a little early tonight because I want to give you guys room to ask Rachel. I know you want to ask Rachel a question, each of you, and I would love for each one of you on here to have something you want to ask her. I think that's important because we all can glean from her major finished, and in 2 months. That's huge, guys. That's huge. So I'm going to give you guys some time to think of some questions, and we're going to do some recognition. And so, all right. Now, remember, if you were a diva and recruited a new team member this month, you have earned a coaching call with one of the 3, soon to be 4 besties. Right? So super exciting. So I know we have on here 2 consultants who did earn that. And so Christine Kerrigan has earned the coaching. So congratulations. That's awesome. And we also have Sabrina Perry, who I know just jumped off for a party. So that's a great reason not to be here if you have a party. So, and if anybody else did, please go ahead and message me so we can celebrate you. You had to be at least a diva and at least 1 team member in the month of June. Okay.
Hey, and Kim, as we're doing recognition, if you guys want to send a question that you have for Rachel in the chat, because then we can kind of attack it.
Oh, great idea.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Great
So
idea.
if you
Go
guys
ahead
have
and just
questions, put it in the chat.
Put them in the chat. That's great. That's great.
I mean, and it's fine if you have a question for me or Kim, but we're old news. So
yeah,
ask Rachel.
Yeah. I mean, not old. We're just.
Well, you might be. I'm not, but
Okay. Now listen here, Missy. All right. Okay. 40 is not old. 40 is the new 20. Who feels me on that, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. All right.
Don't let Kim think that she doesn't, give it right back. I'm just saying.
I know I do. All right, so let's talk about wholesale and our top 5. Are you guys ready? Top 5 in ordering consultants for the month out of our 4 units now. So exciting. Coming in at number 5 is Sabrina Perry. Congratulations, Sabrina. Coming in at number 4 is Jordan. Jordan's on here. There you are. It threw me for a loop when it said iPad on your on your camera. I didn't know who that was at first. So number 4, Jordan Riggle. Awesome. Number 3, Erin Trey. Congratulations, Erin. Way to go. Coming in at number 2, Christine Kerrigan. What an amazing month, girlfriend. I'll tell you what, I think right there we see another DIQ coming up through the ranks. How exciting. And number 1 out of all 4 of our units, it feels so good to say 4, but 5 would sound better, right? 5 directors do sound better. 10, right? Okay. Number 1 out of all of our teams, Kathy Kerner, over $1,300 in wholesale order. Congratulations, Kathy. Let me see. Where is Kathy? Kathy's up here. Kathy, Go ahead and private message me one thing that you did differently or something you did this month that attributed to that success. Go ahead and private message that to either me or Jane on Zoom. We want to share that. Okay, let's talk about how much we sold. It could be parties, reorders, virtual parties, in-person parties, it doesn't matter, but it's what you sold to customers. All right, coming in, our top 5, number 5, Sabrina Perry. Congratulations. Coming in at number 4, Kathy Kerner-Johnson. Yeah, girlfriend. Okay. Number 3, Erin Trey. Seal a number 3 in both places. I like it. Solid hold there. That's your number, girl. Go play the lotto. Number 2, Jordan. Awesome. And number 1, Christine Kerrigan. So Christine, go ahead and message me or Jane something that you attribute your success to in June. Okay, so that we can go ahead and share that on there. We have some great questions. Okay, so Rachel, if you're okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull you up, spotlight you, so everyone can see your beautiful, gorgeous little cute face here. And okay, and you're unmuted. Awesome. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Oh my goodness, this is great. Okay, so Christine wants to know, what did you make your scoreboard on? And what is exactly on it? So that sounds like that's a tracking question.
Yes, and that's a great question. So I actually have a dry erase whiteboard. And what I have on it is every one of my consultants, that are on my team, and I put it in order of the start date that they started, and it was just easier for me to track, my team members back to the beginning. What I had on it was the monthly wholesale amount. So whenever they placed an order, and including myself too, whenever an order was placed, their individual numbers, and their total numbers throughout the DIQ timeframe. So, and again, it was thankfully, and I still am amazed it was only 2 months. So, as of yesterday, I had June, and then I had May and June totals. And then I tallied them, I added them. And of course, thankfully, Mary Kay does all that adding because I am not a numbers girl, I'll tell you that. I'm lucky that they do 50% because I can divide by 2, but I can't do anything else. So, so Mary Kay does have that all broken down, but being able to physically write it and look at it and erase it really made a huge difference. So that's what's on mine. I'm also, like I said, at the bottom, the totals and what we needed, and what we needed to get, what we had and what we needed to get.
Would you be willing to screenshot and text me a picture of what that may look like? I'll include that with the video.
Yeah,
when I send out to everyone, just because I'm sure people will just kind of want to see what that looks like. Okay, our next question comes from Jordan, and it's, what kept you motivated when you had heard any no's? What kept you motivated? It's a good one.
That is a good question. And you know what? You're going to get a lot of them. It's going to happen. People are going to say no. So, I really think back to, I'm a very quote oriented person, if that makes sense. I like to really focus on inspiring quotes, and because they just have so much power. And Mary Kay has some really great quotes out there. So what I focused on from the beginning was, every no is one step closer to a yes. And don't stop just because you get a no. That doesn't, kind of, then you have to do it. That for me was, getting no's kind of fueled me into, I can't stop until I get a yes. So, just keep going. The no's were really, instead of letting them be something that was negative, I take what I can learn from that experience and just keep moving on. So, I guess that's it.
That's good. Okay, this is good stuff, guys. And these are great questions, guys. Keep coming. If you have more than one, we're going to as many in here as we can. All right, this is coming in as well. Did you connect with your team daily, and what did that look like?
Okay. Yes, I mean, I didn't connect with every single person daily because that just didn't, it didn't really, I didn't have the time for that. But, there's a select few that I chat with really on a daily basis. The girls who are really working this as a business, and I have a lot of people on my team who are doing it just for the discount, and I know that they don't want any part of partying or selling, and that's great that Mary Kay has that option to do that. So the ones that are really working this business, yes, I did connect with them almost daily, if not daily, a couple of times a week. Also, having a separate Facebook group, our little engine group, where I was able to update everybody at once. I kept a little tally with a thermometer of how close we were. So really was able to connect with them and keep them updated as to how we were getting there, how far away we were.
That's great. That's great. You know what? I think a lot of times we should be doing, just even thinking with our units. Honestly, think of how much more we do when we see where we're going. We really should all be in that habit every single month as a unit and as an individual doing that visual. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Okay, this comes from Mary Ellen. Did you experience any setbacks and how did you overcome them?
I did. In fact, it's kind of funny. So it's not necessarily DIQ related, but when you're running for DIQ and you're in DIQ, that usually coincides with car production. And I actually read the rules and regulations incorrectly and was under the impression that I was actually on target for my car. And I found out the day that I was doing a pep rally, which was, just one of these Zoom with my girls to update them and tell them where we're at. I found out that I actually was not on target for the car. And that was like a huge kick in the stomach, because, and DIQ is great and becoming a director is great. I think people outside of the Mary Kay realm, they don't know what that means. That doesn't mean anything to them. It's not something that's tangible, but car is. People understand what getting a car means, So for me, that was definitely a huge setback in just in my goals and in my vision. And so what I kind of did was I thought, you know what, that could have been that I could have let that stop me. You can always give up, but I let that fuel me. And then I focused immediately on, okay, car will come, director is first, focus on this goal one at a time. And I also, used it as a teaching experience too, because you're going to have setbacks. It's going to happen, but by giving up, you're just going to be back at the same place that you were in the beginning when you wanted to be where you are now. So just keep going. And I also, it was funny because, and I told the girls that night that I was looking for a quote because again, I'm a quote person of how to get up after you've fallen down, just something that was really inspirational. And I'm scrolling through all these quotes and I stopped at one and I read it and I thought, I've heard that one before. And it was a Mary Kay quote. When you hit a detour or when you hit a roadblock, you gotta take a detour. So I was like, well, that's very, very appropriate. So yes, when I did have some setbacks, but just gotta turn it for the positive and keep going.
That's great. All right, this is a good one. I'm curious to hear how you did this too. So how did you map out your days and your weeks? And are you working a full-time job? What does your life kind of look like? And what did that look like during DIQ?
Yeah. So I am currently blessed to be able to be a stay-at-home mom with my son, James, who just turned 4 this past weekend. So he keeps me pretty busy. He absolutely keeps me busy. He is a full-time plus job. So mapping out my days, I need to, I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I need to do that a little bit better. I was just kind of finding times where, like, maybe when he was taking a nap, to really just sit down and get stuff done. I am a list person. So even though it wasn't actually scheduled, lists were helpful. Now, when you do schedule a time for them, you get them done. If you don't have anything on your 6 most important things, you're not going to get anything done, but if you have the more that you have, can you guys see me there? Sorry, my phone's going to die. Of course. The more that you have to do, the more you're going to get done. So mapping my days out, not as great as I could, but I knew when I would have little snippets of time to do this and that. While he was playing with his toys, I could update the Facebook group, and if he was watching a show, just finding those moments throughout the day. And there were times where my husband, who is a nursing home administrator and is working around the clock literally right now with COVID, and he would come home and I would say, I'm sorry, I know you're tired, but you have to take him. I need to lock myself in the room for an hour and a half and get it done.
So let me just interject there for a moment. I think it's important to point out, number one, you don't have a perfect schedule, but you just made it work, is what I'm hearing you say. Number two, yes. Pockets of time, you had your list so that when you had 20 minutes or a half hour, you could take action rather than sit here and be like, okay, what do I do? What should I be doing? And you also talked to your spouse. You had that support. Yes. That even, again, for a short period of time, COVID, when you're working in the health field right now, and I know many of you are, it is crazy right now. You're either backlogged, you're out of work, or it's like there's one extreme or the other. So that he's on board or she's on board, or whoever your partner, your support system is, parent, best friend, spouse, that they know, okay, for a short period of time, I can suck it up so you can go do what you need to do to get done. Those were great. Those were great. And I'll tell you, you could ask Jane and I that same question, and you would get very similar answers. There's no such thing as like the perfect schedule. It's always changing. And it's, you just strive to do your best. All right, last question, and then we're going to wrap this up, and we'll take it back to the group. So if you still have more questions, go ahead and submit them to us or to Rachel, because maybe, Rachel, you could pop on and do like a Facebook Live or something. We can share it at some point. But I want you guys to ask stuff now and not to be bothering her too much, because as a new director, you do get inundated with all these, like, tell me how you did it, what'd you do, And so one of the most important things as a new director is to keep doing what you were doing to get to directorship. So I know she has a full schedule waiting to jump into July. So if you have questions, get them to us today, and we'll make sure that she can answer them throughout the next few weeks at her convenience, and we can share that to everybody so it's made available. But okay, last question we're going to take here today is how many parties did you hold during your DIQ, would you say, and what would you suggest to someone who's really struggling getting parties booked?
Okay. So as far as parties, probably on average, I would say maybe really 3 a month. Because when you're building a team, you kind of have to, you don't want to let your sales take a back seat, but your priority then becomes your team. I have been doing this since February of last year. And I developed a really great customer base. So I was able to kind of continue to maintain my own personal goals by customer reorders and refills and doing little sales here and there, and just sending that out. So it wasn't even really necessarily parties that I was doing. It was more sending out text messages to every person in my phone, my contact list, all my customers, everybody that I knew, and saying, hey guys, this toning lotion is really incredible. You should have it. You should get it, and just kind of maintaining my sales that way. So parties, like I said, maybe 3 in both months, I would say, which really isn't a lot. That's not what I was doing beforehand. but again, the fact that everything is virtual now and people don't have to go anywhere, I had a lot more people in each one of those parties than I do in person. So
How many
virtual
people
parties.
do you think that would be? Like, give me an idea. How many people do you think saw you work in a month?
In a month? So probably I would say maybe 10 people on average in each party,
Okay.
you
So
know?
about 30 people, which is a power start.
Yeah. Yep. About that.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, good.
And then there was a second part to that question and I forgot what it was. Sorry.
What advice would you give if you're struggling with booking parties or getting customers to hold parties? What advice would you give? How would you coach someone
Okay.
through that?
So, it's funny because I actually have looked to my girl, Christine, who she's just been killing it in the virtual world. So I really copied a lot of what she did. And she was really doing incentives. When it's hard to book parties. Sometimes it's hard, and people like to hear that they can get things at a discount, so really offering not just hostess bonuses, but an incentive. Like, as a hostess, you get to pick any item in the catalog for half off. You're not losing any money. You're still, adding towards your wholesale, and it's nothing's coming out of your pocket directly, so adding that incentive on, I think people were like, ooh, yeah, okay, and people really jumped on that chance to get something, half off, and really telling people that you're going for a big goal. People want to help you, um, and just flowing from there, having booking parties off of parties and really incentivizing about how if somebody books a party, they're going to help the hostess. Well, why wouldn't you want to help your best friend get some more freebies, so that was what I did to kind of hold them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, can we give Rachel another round of applause? Let's unmute everybody here. Awesome job.
Yeah, Rachel.
That is so exciting. Yeah, you clearly are deserving of directorship. How you answered every one of those questions, your unit is so lucky to have you as their leader and as their coach. You can tell that you have arrived into a position that just suits you well. And this is just the beginning. Guys, when you become a director, it is just the beginning. It's like where life begins in the Mary Kay world. Like, you think being a consultant is fun? You have no idea what it's like being a director. All the bonuses, all the prize parties, all the trips, all the experience. The company is amazing. From a birthday gift to Christmas gifts to personal phone calls when someone in your family is ill. I mean, our company just goes above and beyond. And so, Rachel, this is going to be a beautiful and fun experience. And again, Jane and I are so excited to have you join our sisterhood and cannot wait for this stupid COVID to be over so that we can all room for leadership or seminar, whatever happens first in person, and carry on our amazing traditions. And so, just so you guys do know, we do have a tradition among the three of us, now the four of us. We do twice a year, we do a director spa day. And so as soon as we can get that back up and running, Rachel, we cannot wait. I hope you like the Hershey Spa because it's one of our favorite places to go.
Absolutely.
So, awesome. Well, guys, listen, this was so fantastic. Keep the questions coming in. Send them to me and Jane, or message Rachel, and then we'll kind of do something halfway through the month again that Rachel can do a Q&A and answer some of those that we can share just to be time efficient for you. But guys, what an awesome end to a year, and now clean slate, right? So tonight, get that quiet time, make a commitment to your goals, marry your goals, right? Make this the year that you are more committed to living and being your best than ever before. And don't hesitate to reach out to your director today. Let us know how we can help. Take a picture of your dream cast on your sheet. Screenshot it, box it, text it, Facebook it. I mean, mail it to us. I don't care. Get it to us. We want to cheer you on and help you get as many wins and as many victories as possible. And let me just tell you guys, the new Director product boxes are coming out. Can you see the new products that we are unveiling? Trust me when I say this, go right now to Mary Kay in Touch, sign your customers up to Preferred Customer Program. It is open. We will be sending lookbooks back out. They will go out the end of August. You have now until the 17th of July to get your customers signed up. Don't delay. Get that done today. 70 cents a customer. And while you're at it, register for seminar. $40, right? If you are someone who's on target for Princess Cart, you earn that, you earn All-Star Consistency, you earn your red jacket for free. You must register for seminar to get your prizes, okay? And so you want to register, and you've got to do it by July 10th for you to be in our seminar awards lineup. So make sure you guys do that, okay? It'll be the best $40. And really, you get like $20 in free product. So genius. So, all right, guys, I will put all this together with a few extra goodies to help you plan and maximize your new year. And again, one last round of applause for the amazing brand new Director, Rachel Cooney. All right, guys, we will see you back here first of every month, right back here. And we will have a special challenge coming out tomorrow for you all to earn a very special coaching call. And we're actually going to, poor Rachel doesn't even know this, but we're going to offer up a private coaching call with new Director, Rachel Cooney. So get inside that brain. You're going to want that quiet time with her. Absolutely. We'll see you guys later. Have an awesome weekend. And if we don't see you before, have an awesome July 4th holiday. See you guys later, everybody.
Thank you all. Love you all.